pot. Most anyone could prepare this recipe.
That simple, huh? Just throw them in and simmer?
You might
a
be
lot of recipes
misleading
like
him
that.
a bit, making it sound so easy.
I'm certainly not exaggerating it.
If all it takes is putting ingredients in water, I can handle that. I'll have to try it soon.
Huh?
What?
And if he did, you'd be obligated to eat it.
Don't worry. I'll heal you afterwards.
I don't know whether to feel more sorry for Alphen when nobody believes in him, or myself knowing what's in store for me once I eat his concoction.
That's hilarious. It's weird that you don't talk to anybody at the ends, though. Ooh, sorry, yawn. Let's see, can I make any... Okay, so I got that one. Need the flame set. Astral crystal. I need one. Fuck. So I need 3. So I need 4 crystals. Sell all commodity items, so I'm just selling piranhas. Gotcha.
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
We just did, man. What do you mean? Nope, life bottles is where it's at. Like, I feel like there's stuff that I could sell that I don't really need, but I'm unsure. Oh my god, that's a giant list. Price. Okay, so now they're going in price. Let's see how expensive we're getting here. Oh, okay, nothing really worth it. I'd have to sell too much to make it worth my time. So let's see. Hidden Wharf. Well, luckily, I decided to search everywhere so I can just fast travel to this
We've
lovely
reached our
place.
destination.
Oh, that elevator must work now. This is that elevator that I couldn't get working before. Sweet.
Dead end?
No, there's an elevator. Looks up.
Oh my god, it's a dead end. Do you not see the giant
Operation.
grate ahead of you?
I can't believe there's actually an underground harbor here. There are even boats docked.
I only see Danny's. Think they were forced to work here?
Probably. Let's see what they have to share about Almadria.
Heavy treat. Let's see what kind of stuff you got for me. Random people.
I think I'll try to make that new recipe with this.
All right, but I'll decide how spicy it is.
What? We need all the spice, though. I wish I knew why my nose itched so much when I stream. It's the weirdest thing ever.
You didn't happen to see a lord come by, did you?
Sorry, friend, but she just left. Came by with a whole posse of underlings, boarded her ship, and took off at first wind.
First
We damn
wind,
near got
eh?
blown away. She was that much in a hurry.
Damn! So we missed her!
Give us a boat.
You guys trying to go after her? Need a ride?
Of course.
Are you saying you know how to steer a ship?
Spent most of my life chained to the deck of some ship or other. Yeah, I know my jib from my boom.
We don't know how dangerous it'll be. Better you give us the boat and stay on solid ground.
Whoa there. You been out on the water before? The sea ain't nobody's friend, you know.
Now we
You
have
need
a
a sea
ship.
dog like me, or you'll sink her before she makes it out the harbor.
That's a big-ass boat.
We're losing time. Sir, we're in your debt.
Now that's more like it. Name's Mahavar. Just give me a holler when you're all set, and we'll set sail.
Let's go now. me see. Do one more thing, see if there's any... Well, it doesn't seem like there's any extra quests. Just hold on, it's gonna get bumpy. Now we're gonna fight some sea creatures. Oh my god, I don't know why. Just tired all the time.
This is like a dream come true. Never gotten to captain a ship before.
Well, here you go.
Never would have thought I'd get a chance like this. Thank you, y'all.
The pleasure's all
You're
ours.
welcome.
Think we'll catch up to her?
Of course we will. They got too much weight on them. Meanwhile, this ship's carrying nothing but us salty scalawags. They got a good head start on us, but we can take them.
Well, that's good.
Do you know if there are any Danans on that ship?
Probably.
Couldn't say for sure. On the one hand, seeing as it's supposed to be something of another castle, I'd reckon they probably wouldn't let a bunch of Danans on board.
They do need
On
their
the other
slaves.
hand, I'd be real surprised if the Renans were able to pilot that thing all by themselves. In any case, it's gonna be a while before we reach her. Till then, you're all free to do whatever. Just don't fall in the ocean.
What if that's what I want to do is fall in the ocean? Your party disbanded. Well, that's not fun.
I know Malabar said we could take it easy, but there's not exactly a lot to do on this boat. I guess I'll check in on everyone and see how they're holding up.
So I guess I have to talk to everybody? Or not? Spooky.
Do you think Law is okay?
Of course.
If you're worried, why don't you ask him yourself?
He's a tough person.
Yeah. I think maybe I should apologize to him too.
Well,
I
of
should
course, you could
apologize
throw
to all
fire
of
at
you,
him.
really.
Us too?
Well, I was kinda lying to you all this whole time. I was blind to everything except my own revenge. I never even considered the struggles all of you might be facing.
Revenge is okay,
We all have
sometimes.
things we'd prefer to keep to ourselves, Rinwell. So what if you had something to hide? It doesn't undo the good that you've done, or the people that you've helped save along the way.
But that's not what I mean.
I know. You're talking about Almadria, right?
See if I can...
Yeah. I hate her, Alphen. I can't stop hating her.
Blocked.
Even just thinking about her makes my head feel like it's going to explode.
That's because it's probably going to explode.
But it's not just her. I think about the way Law looked at me.
Yes, because he was
I
upset.
hated the Lord who killed my parents. And I hated the Renans I had to travel alongside. And yet, Cislodius Danans backstab each other like it's a normal way of life. And Mahag Sar has people like Deadime. But then there are people like Law and Shion. It's all just too much. I don't know what to think anymore.
Law never said that you had to forgive Almadria. It's only natural you would hate your family's murderer.
Exactly.
But
But
You just
what?
need to calm down.
Law left home because of how much he hated his father. As a result of that, well,
His father died.
I think Law spent a lot of time thinking about how they never got to make things right. And if I had to guess, killing Ganabel didn't make any of those feelings go away. Law let revenge fuel him, and I think now he's afraid you'll do something you'll regret.
Afraid?
Whatever happens to Almadria when this is all over is up to you. I'll respect whatever choice you make. Just think it over carefully for me, okay? You still have time.
So
Okay.
much time.
Thanks, Alphen. Say, back then, after the fight, I think I really made Shion mad. I don't know, though. Maybe it
Oh,
just
she
looked
angers
that way.
fairly easily.
But I guess I just can't seem to understand how she feels. Do you know why she gets like that?
Shion's...
Different.
She can be a tough nut to crack. She doesn't really talk a whole lot about herself.
Yeah, you're right.
It's just what she said about hate being a source of strength. Where did that come from?
Probably life.
I wonder how it feels. Not being able to hold another person's hand.
I hope it goes into some backstory about why she's got those, like, electric spikes.
Lean much further, you'll go overboard. Keeping an eye out for Almadria's ship?
Just a little bit.
I'm looking at the ocean.
The ocean?
Water. The water be wet.
Yeah. The waves. They help me think.
It's a very calming notion.
This world is filled with natural wonders. The icy air and white peaks of Cyslodia. The lush green glades of Menancia. The harsh wastes of Calaglia.
Birds.
But Menancia has its lake of death, and Nias its ruins. And they wouldn't be there if it weren't for that contest.
True. True.
Say we actually manage to put a stop to the crown contest for good. What do you think will happen between the Danans and the Renans then?
The Danans are probably going to try and do the
You
exact
first.
same thing to them and, like, friggin' lock them up.
Well, I want to believe that the coexistence we saw in Menancia can happen elsewhere, too. It's insane for all of us to keep fighting. If Menancia can do it, so can everyone else.
True, but not everybody wants to. That's the
Yeah.
problem.
I think that would be good too. A world where everyone can get along. At least, that's what I've come to believe.
There's like a lot of
You
Renans
sure
that
have
think
changed.
they're better than everyone.
I can't lie to you. Since I was young, I've looked down on the Danans too. But I've seen a lot. And I see things differently now.
That's because you have a
I've
different
seen so
perspective.
many ugly and terrible things in this world. And yet, they didn't come from just the Danans. And the good things too. They didn't come from just the Renans.
Exactly.
Kindness and cruelty exist on both sides. A person's race doesn't factor into it. So, I guess you're right after all, Alphen. I have changed.
All the change. Maybe even a couple bills.
You know, I've never actually touched another person like this.
Feels nice.
Shion.
Ever since I was on Lenegis, I've always been alone. Even after I came to Dana. Always.
Yes, because no one can touch you.
And now?
I am no longer alone.
Do you still not remember your past?
Nope, but I can guarantee it's something
No.
ridiculous and crazy.
Sometimes it feels like I can almost remember. But then this mask stops me.
The mask keeps you from remembering why you have the mask in the first place. It's a little ironic, isn't it?
A little.
It's a magic mask. Wonder if he ever gets it off.
Well, it won't be long now before you're rid of those thorns, you know? Only 2 lords remain. And once you have their master course, you'll be able to create the Renis Alma, right? Then you can... Shion?
Did I say something?
Sorry, it's nothing. Promise.
That's a lie.
You're right, though. It'll all be over soon. I never could have made it this far on my own. I have everyone to thank for that. Including... especially you, Alphen.
Aww.
Don't worry about it. We're friends, after all.
Just friends?
Yeah, we are.
Here, talk to you. Oh, it didn't just start
You
this
don't
time.
look so good. You all right?
Oh, she's
The
seasick.
floor. It keeps moving. How can you stand it? How can you even stand?
Oh, she looks like she's doing
I'm not the
great.
best person to ask about discomfort. I can't feel pain, remember?
I still can't believe what happened in Niez. Even
Can't
now.
feel pain, remember? Oh,
As a
this
lord,
is terrible.
my expectations
So
for
bad.
Almadria were already pretty low. But the way she treated human lives like they're mere playthings.
Yeah. And it wasn't as if
Ugh.
the situation in Niaz was improving much to begin with.
You mean Deadheim.
The
Yes.
whole reason I started fighting back was because of my anger at the atrocities of Renan rule. Back then, all I had to worry about was fighting the Renans for the sake of the Dahnans.
Now we have to fight
But
both.
then I met Shion and the people of Menancia, and things became a lot more complicated.
As things do.
It's even messier now that we have to worry about Dahnans like Deadheim.
It used to be that the Dahnans were the ones in the right, and the Renans were the ones in the wrong. Though, maybe that was just a biased perspective
Oh, it's definitely a
from
biased
being on the
perspective.
side of the oppressed.
Exactly. I'll never tolerate the Renans ruling over us. But nothing ever ends up being as black and white as you'd expect it to be either. That's clear to me now.
That said, even putting aside bad apples like Deadheim for a moment, you may be able to free the Dahnan people, but that won't undo 300 years of oppression.
Nope.
It'll be hard for them to not give in to their resentment. I think maybe that's why I clung to our dream so hard back in Menancia.
Even
You
if
didn't
his
wanna let it
motivations
go.
weren't
Life
pure,
seemed okay.
Dorgrim has a good heart. He didn't sink to the depths Almadria did.
You don't understand. I'm saying that it goes deeper than that. This hierarchy we live in, it's not solely something the Renans invented. I remember a story Rinwell once told me. She said before the Renans invaded, we Dahnans had
Yes.
our own class system. We are the ones who divided ourselves.
Royals, etc.,
I saw
etc.
it in Deadheim's eyes. He wanted to rule over others.
To hear Bayfon tell it, Deadheim wasn't always that way.
But as time went on, and he and the Darkwings fought the Renans,
Yes, he got some
eventually
power,
changed.
and it went to his head.
I guess what I'm getting at is, if we defeat the Renans but just go back to the way things were before, was there even any point in fighting?
But that
Always.
world isn't the one you want to create, right?
Hello, cat.
Maybe not.
I feel like
But to tell you the
we're gonna have
truth,
another.
These days,
Oh,
I'm
no,
not
never
so
mind. I
sure
think he's
that
laying
dream
down.
is even
Thought he was
possible.
gonna try and invade again.
You have your promise to Megal, though. Your home and the people of Menancia are depending on you.
Very much so.
I know. My brother. He truly believed in his dream of coexistence. And I suppose, even now, many people still do. And
It's a
then,
good dream.
there's you.
You're just
Who,
crazy.
me?
You and Shion.
Not
Absolute
sure I
insanity, the both of you.
Okay, then let me spell it out for you. How many other Renans and Dahnans do you know that get on as spectacularly as the two of you?
I don't know that I'd say spectacularly.
Well, I suppose it's really all a matter of how you look at it, isn't it?
I really don't see what you're getting.
Ugh, I think I'm getting seasick again.
Good.
Sorry. Can you just give me a wide berth for a few minutes?
No. Can't do it.
Hold that pose long enough and someone might just come along and paint you.
Any artist who'd see fit to paint me needs their eyes tested.
What can you tell me about Almeidrea?
Not as much as you'd probably wish. I only ended up crossing paths with her a handful of times, after I was chosen to be a lord on Lenegis.
And then we were split and
right.
chosen to fight each other.
I almost forgot about Lenegis. How much do you think they know about what's
Probably
been going on
nothing.
down here?
It's safe to assume they know everything,
Oh, okay.
though I know not why they choose to remain uninvolved. Perhaps they see what's been happening as just part of the ongoing crown contest.
Even what Almeidrea did? Has it really reached the point where her actions are seen as normal?
Probably.
Not to my knowledge, no. At its core, the crown contest is a competition to see who can amass the most astral energy. And to amass such energy, slaves are needed to collect it from. It's therefore against the Lord's interest to kill them.
So then why would Almeidrea do something like that?
We must remember that time is running out in the crown contest.
Yeah, that makes
Perhaps
sense.
her hand was forced, so to speak.
Trying to
It
mass
is a
as
way
much
to
as
accrue
possible.
astral energy faster
in a short
and
amount
in
of
larger
time.
quantities than through slave labor. Doing so kills off that labor force, obviously, but it is a means to an end nonetheless. No one could have foreseen that something like the Hollowing would arise back when the contest was first conceived.
Is becoming the Sovereign of Rena really that important to the Lords?
Apparently.
Of course. It's the greatest prize one can attain in their eyes. In that respect, at least, I'm really not that surprised that Almeidrea resorted to what she did, as utterly despicable as it is.
It's reassuring to hear you feel the same way I do.
I worry that the only reason I never did anything similar in Menancia was due to my lack of ambition.
If you didn't want to be reminded of your past, you could have just plugged your ears.
You think
I
too
guess
highly
so.
of me. I'm afraid I must respectfully disagree. I'm not nearly as virtuous of a person as you might wish to believe.
If that's so, would you have been so shaken up when Kisara lost her brother? Why else
I
would
guess
you
was
turn your back
a
on your
friend
own
to him
kind
as
and
well,
choose to
almost.
fight for Miguel's dream? Aren't we just Danans?
A curious choice of words. Did what you see in Mahag Sar hit you that hard?
Yes.
What Deadheim did to that city, he didn't liberate anyone. Anyone who refused to follow him was an enemy in his eyes. 300 years of Renan rule taught him nothing.
What I have come to understand is that the conflict extends beyond
Which can
Danon
be
versus Renan.
said for the real world
There is
too.
an
A lot of
internal
people feel
quarrel
like
as
that
well.
just because. But like,
I
just
mean
because
to bring
somebody's
about
not your
true,
friend or
lasting
doesn't agree with you
coexistence in
doesn't
Menancia.
mean
But there
that
are
they
more
hate
walls
you
we
or
must
they're
topple
your enemy.
first.
People have
And you don't think you can pull it
differing opinions,
Well,
and that's just
you
the way
seem to think
things
you can,
are.
at least.
off? Does that make us
It's up to
enemies?
you whether you take that as,
Insofar
I
as an
guess, an
exchange of
attack on
swordplay,
yourself.
No, it doesn't.
Not good enough for you?
Are you really...
And I feel like that's what a
Forgive
lot of
me.
people do. They sit
I will
there
continue
and
to fight by your
they'll
side a while longer. That much I
take
have
somebody's
decided.
opinion as like a direct attack, which is idiotic in the
I
first
took a look
place.
around inside the ship just in case, but I didn't find anything that looked like it might be suspicious.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Looking for all the
You know,
suspicions.
It wasn't until I left Calaglia that I finally realized just how big the world is.
And now you're on a
When we
boat.
tore down the wall in Calaglia, and I could finally see the horizon in the far-off distance, I had the exact same thought.
Break that fucking
Yeah,
wall.
somehow the sea is different though. I'm not sure just how to put it. It's almost as if it just goes on forever.
It's almost like it's wet.
I bet my old man would have been blown away by this view.
Just a little bit.
Yeah,
Ever since he died, I've been thinking about what it was that he was really trying to say to me at the end. I keep going over his words again and again. And heck, maybe I'm just overthinking it all. But still, sometimes I wonder if it could have turned out differently. If there was something I could have done. But no matter how much I play it back, I'm still no closer to finding any answers. And then there's everything with Rinwell. I stopped her from killing Almeidrea, but was that really the right thing to do? Or did I just end up making things harder for her? I
little bit
feel
of
like
both?
such a screw-up.
you're not the only one. I keep asking myself what Zephyr would have done had he been here. Like I think, how would Zephyr have handled Rinwell?
Yeah, I think he definitely would have stopped her. No doubt about it.
And that's exactly what you did, Law. I think he'd be really proud of you.
Alphen.
Zephyr's not the worst yardstick to measure ourselves against. Let's both do our best to make him proud.
Let's get it
Sounds
done.
like a deal. Thanks, Alphen.
We across the ocean yet?
Wonder how much longer it's going.
Could take a nap.
Gonna be before
Done.
we catch up to Almadria. I'll ask Ma while.
We're too close. We're too close. Why are you guys sleeping? Damn it! It always happens. I always get in a fight while I'm asleep. Oh, here we go.
Look who's up. Good timing. We're closing in on her stern as we speak.
Of course. It was either one of the... Oh, that... It looks like Balam
That's
Garden.
the ship?
Final Fantasy VIII.
She's huge. Law, go gather the others, will you? Think you'll be able to flank them without getting spotted?
Yeah, with the fog as our ally, I think I might just pull it off. As long as we ain't too noisy, we should be okay.
Loud noises!
What'll you do if they
What the
catch on to
fuck?
us?
Not much I can do. Ship that size, they'll probably blow us to bits before we ready cannons.
Just so happens to be a gaping hole in the side of it.
Persistent little things. Evidently, I shouldn't have spared the wretched vermin.
Well, she knows we're here, I guess. Oh,
Hungry
hello.
already, my dear.
Oh, I think this is an actual dragon. I think it has wings.
Worry not, for you shall have plenty to feast upon shortly.
But I do worry. That's how this works.
Perfect. You managed to get us right up beside them.
I'll stay with the ship so we can leave as soon as you're done.
Or we can run.
Good. Then let's find Almadria.
Right, y'all. Of course it's infested with monsters. Let's see how many treasure chests I can find in here. Members who have left your party have returned. Now let's stand here and
Now
talk while in
that's
the enemy
what I call a
fortress.
ship.
Yeah. The biggest one in all of Mahag-Sar. So big that it took years to construct.
For all we know, Kelzelik may well have been smuggling materials to help build it. In which case it would be yet another mistake on my part.
We don't know that she was only getting materials from Menancia.
You think it's possible that they might have come from elsewhere too?
Of course.
Yeah, I guess I could see it.
But what do you think Almadria plans to do from here on out? Now that she's abandoned her realm and sailed out to sea?
She'll
Claim
be
the
filling her
sea.
coffers with gold, most likely. Then she'll sit back and enjoy the show as the other lords duke it out. Or something to that effect, at least.
And then
I
come
wouldn't
in
put
for
it
the
past her.
strike.
She's strong yet shrewd, and will stoop to any low. A dangerous one indeed.
She's not the first, and she won't be the last. This is a lord we're talking about, remember?
Sounds like you've made up your mind already.
Yup.
There was never anything to decide. No one who can smile like that while doing what she did deserves to roam free.
It's time to get in there
Yeah.
and kick her ass.
Yeah, you're right.
Really? Really, you guys need to
This
talk
might
while
not
we're
be
on the enemy
best
ship?
time, but if you have a minute. That mask of yours, it was shattered by a blow from Balsef when you fought back in Calaglia, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, thanks for the reminder. I thought I was a goner.
Balsef's brute strength was in a league all its own. Yet half the mask remains. It's remarkably durable. Too durable to be Danon in origin.
Okay.
Shion said the same thing. as if the fact I was wearing it meant there had to be more to me than met the eye.
You recalled your name when the mask broke, I hear.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. Although to tell you the truth, I'm a little scared what might happen when I lose the
I
remaining
feel like he's
half.
also a Renan.
Then again, the idea of not doing something because I'm afraid scares me even more. That's why I go on fighting.
Only he who first faces the night catches a glimpse of the dawn.
Come again?
It's nothing. Forget
I'm just
I said
being all
anything.
philosophical. It's alright. There we go. Okay, so there's nothing there. Sweet random treasure chest. Oh, that's good. Light bottles are exactly what I want. So let's see, I can go straight through there. But first... Excellent. Oh, just a box of lettuce, never mind. Let's get it on, guys.
Discourteous, honestly.
I'll punch that gun out of your hand!